Howdy everyone, it's me once again, the one and only Killer Rodan. So for today's video, I figured I'd just do a quick Kung Fu movie review where I talk about something, a blast from the past. Of course, something cheaply made, of course, something old and whatnot. It's something I've done before anyway, so why not do it here for real quick, I guess. Of course, obviously thanks for tuning in, obviously, of course. Anywho, so the film we be talking about is the one titled Yoga and Kung Fu Girl. So okay, at first I was thought, okay, that's kind of weird. Kung Fu and martial arts in the same movie, like okay. But then the more I thought about it, okay, actually kind of does make sense because you have to have flexibility. You need to be flexible to perform a lot of the Kung Fu stuff. Anyway, so you need to do some stretches. So which actually kind of does in some ways. So okay, that actually holds up. So okay, it's not the exactly most obvious thing you think of when it comes to martial arts, but then if you actually think about it, it's fine. It actually does make sense. Anyway, whatever. Point being is that I just want to review one of these movies because I haven't done one of these kinds of videos on this channel anyway in a good minute. So here we go, I reckon. So anyway, of course, as always, let's talk about the plot, shall we? So here we go. So the main character is a woman, of course, and yeah, there's this individual. Yeah, let's just say trains orphans in kung fu and swordsmanship. So let's just say, yes, Phoenix is the prize in this indecent bet between this doctor and son of wealthy man. So there's quite a bit some crazy stuff going on. Unfortunately, well, I guess we got to have some kind of drama thrown into it in here some kind of way, of course. But yes, our main character obviously has to kick some ass in the movie, of course. There gonna be some tough fights, obviously. Our main character, she definitely must prove her worth in some ways because it's gonna be a crazy thing in a lot of ways. Because it's not gonna come easy. It really won't, of course. So yeah. And then top of that, the some individuals gambling causing further problems and whatnot. So things get rather crazier in this movie. So yeah, I think it's of course gonna add more or less drama to the entire thing and whatnot. So there's that, I reckon. Yeah, but that's pretty much how the story goes, and just kick a lot of ass, of course, as I expect when it comes to these types of movies. But yeah, all right. So just thought I'd talk about this movie finally, and this is the English dubbed version, by the way, in case anyone is wondering. Yeah, yes, of course, the English dubbing it's ass as per usual. When it comes to these movies. When it comes to the dubbing, yeah, it's sometimes it's better, sometimes better, sometimes worse, but it's usually particularly not great. Really, it just varies in quality when it comes to dubbing, unfortunately. And yes, of course, that could take you out the mood depending how it is, of course. But anyway, and that's the thing. This is the American version of what I'm talking about, so just keep that in mind, all right? I don't know where you can find the actual version of these movies because I mean sometimes it's easier than others, of course. But I'm just gonna review this from the American version, of course. These there are actual uncut versions are just with the fine though. But I'm just letting you know it's just really hard to find the actual versions of these films, of course, and whatnot. But anyway, it just can be a pain in the ass though. And yet the dubbing in here isn't particularly fantastic by any means. It's barely passable to dubbing. I mean, anyway, I guess the actress who plays the main character actually does a pretty good job, even in the schlock dubbing, of course. So yeah, the main character does a pretty good job, of course. Does a decent job, of course, as far as I'm concerned, anyway. So yeah, of course, we have some type of characters in here, folks, and whatnot. And I do like the fact that this is a pretty much a period piece. In a lot of ways, it's a period piece type of martial arts of a movie, and I would prefer these than the other movie kung fu movies that take place in a more modern setting era type of thing. I don't know why exactly. It just seems more fitting. yeah, the kung fu movies that take place in somewhere more ancient Asia type of thing, it is probably works best as far as I'm concerned. That's just me though. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, I guess. So I thought the storyline, at least for this version anyway, is decent enough, of course, and whatnot. So it's decent enough, obviously. And as for the fight scenes are pretty good. Of course, I gotta talk about the fight scenes. It's a martial arts movie. I have to talk about the fighting. Of course, the fighting is good enough, I guess you can say. The fighting does its job, of course. I like the martial arts scenes. They're well done. I guess it comes to things kind of a thing. I mean, of course, that's gonna be kind of the main attraction when it comes to these types of movies. You want to see people beat the shit out of each other, of course, and whatnot. That's kind of the thing here. I always like a good story. Even if this kung fu, even if this is a martial arts action movie, I still want to see a good story. That's the thing. I still want to see a good story nonetheless, anyway, regardless of what genre. But for what it's worth, I guess the fight scenes are well made. The fight scenes are well done, I would definitely say. They were choreographed in that regard. Oh, definitely. So, anyway, so it doesn't bother me that there's a woman doing all this fighting. I'm not going to be that much of a prune like some people have talked about on this channel. So yeah, for what it's worth, it's fine. Okay, I thought the movie's decent enough, I guess, and whatnot. So I thought it was a solid enough movie, of course, especially from the actress who plays the main character. She does a really good job in this, even if like I said, the dubbing is kind of whatever. Anyway, I give this version a Novaval rating of a 6.8 out of 10. It gets a 6.8 out of 10 for me. So of course, as always, for watching and take care. Until next time, see ya. Oh yeah.